All right, boys. All right. We got a big red dot. We're live. Get into it. Get amongst it. I can see you're all keen to go. Sorry, guys. We're a bit late this week with the Holin None podcast. We had a bit of a kind of personal issues earlier in the week, so we're filming today at a lovely lunchtime, which is why you see probably more coffees than wine, which we'd usually have going with us. Um, I'm your host, Shanky. We got Danny Business. How you doing, Danny?
It's bad. What's happening?
Not too much. Busy day. I'm going on leave next week for work, so I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff done for work this week. And as always, you never have enough time. It's just things pile up, and I
Yeah.
also have to because I work for like a global company. I got to deal with different jurisdictions, so you always got to wait like 24 hours before you can get a response from like the UK or the same for the US. So anyway, getting it done, getting it done. How about you? How's your week going?
Good. We're getting ready for the boys' trip. We've got a boys' golf weekend coming up. It's been a year in the making. 12 of us going down the Gold Coast to play some high quality golf and watch some high quality golf at the same time. So looking forward to it. It's been a long time coming. Can't
Yeah,
wait for Friday morning.
cannot wait. By the way, part of my leave next week is to do with that golf trip. We're all going on it. We also obviously have the prestigious, the esteemed Mr. Golf himself, Hayden High Tees. How are you, Hayden?
Good, thank you. Looking forward to the trip, like you guys. Putting in a bit of work to try and sneak up, and maybe would like to have a nudge at winning it, but we'll see.
A nudge you at winning it? That's what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's a bit of a balancing act. We don't want to get rid of our best golf before we go, but you're also going to get out of any ruts we might be in. And it's like studying for an exam. You try and cram it all into the last minute.
That's it. It's yeah. I'm actually trying to practice less this week because I feel
Yeah.
like that will make my game better for some reason. But anyway, we'll see.
I'm
It's also
going out
because
for
I'm
some
busy.
chipping today, some chipping and putting today, and then that's going to be it for me. And I think, yeah, we'll see how we go.
Yeah, let the swing do what it wants to do.
That's right.
Hayden High Tees, how's the weather looking for the weekend anyway? I know you've been monitoring.
I have been, because I hate playing golf in the rain, and it looks fine.
Okay,
What about
that's
that
good.
storm on Sunday? I'm looking forward to a storm. I would love to see some boys coming home in the rain,
I think we're good.
putting it out for the jacket in some bad weather. I'd look forward to that.
I'll just double check now.
Second
Live.
last hole at Hope Island is a long par 3 over water. I could only imagine if there's high winds and rain, what that would look like.
It's going to be fine.
Yeah, I hope it comes down to the wire for the tweed jacket. If it's in rain, even better.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Perfect.
Last week, guys, we had the BMW Championship, which is the second last round of the FedEx Cup before the final, which is this weekend. It was a great tournament, especially coming to the end. There was one guy who just went and took it, in the words of Danny Business, and that would be Victor Hovland. He did absolutely amazing, and we'll get into that in a bit. This weekend, the field is now down to 30, so it's going to be a very exciting lineup. We've got our picks, or at least we're getting our picks ready for the end of the show, and we'll touch on that again in a little bit. But before we do, I think it's time we do a little bit of trivia, and I'll host it this week, and we'll do a little bit of FedEx Cup trivia. Now, I don't know how much you guys know about the FedEx Cup. Maybe a little, maybe a lot, but we'll get into it. We'll see who knows the most. I'll just do 5 questions. First to get 3 is the winner. Message me, obviously, in the messenger platform, and we'll get right into it. All right. Question number uno. True or false? Tiger Woods has the most FedEx Cup championships. True or false? Tiger Woods has the most FedEx Cup championships. We got a true and we got a false. So Danny Business says true, and Hayden High Tea says false. The correct answer is false. Rory McIlroy, I think, has the most at 3. He won last year. He won in 2019. He won in 2016 as well. Tiger Woods has 2, 2007 and 2009. I think 2007 was the first year they hosted the FedEx Cup. I think we're at 17 years with the FedEx Cup.
I figured as much, but I thought it's always the safe side to just go true with Tiger Woods, right? With any stat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. In terms of the format, now we all know that first place gets to go 10 under to start, which is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But I guess you got to earn something, right? For doing well all season, doing well in the playoffs. Like you got to earn something to make it's, to give yourself a little bit of advantage. Otherwise, it's all for naught. But what is and in what order the amount of strokes you get for the top 30?
What is in what order?
Yeah. So first, how many do you get? Second, how many do you get? Third, how many do you get? It's pretty easy up to maybe the.
I was looking at this morning.
6. Yeah. So without looking it up, get Google off your screen, Danny Business.
This morning, so there's a bit of an advantage there.
Yeah, I was literally looking at this morning because I wasn't sure.
They showed it like every commercial break during the BMW Championship. So for those who don't know the format, if you're in first, you get the most strokes under par, and then it goes down. So, for example, second place, you might get 9, or maybe not. Who knows? I'm about to find out. But as you get lower and lower in the ranks, so up to 30th place, you get basically no strokes once you get to 30th, and that was kind of a given.
I'm not labeling out 30 different things, but I just
I got you.
Order. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember the lower ones. I think it's.
So I'll give you a hint. So from first to 5th, they're all individual separate scores.
Yeah.
From 6th to 30th, they're grouped. So let's say I'll give you another hint. There's 4 people in each grouping.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you've done me.
I just gave you the numbers. I'm not grouping it up because I've got no idea.
I don't know what that means.
Well, I know in first you get a certain amount, and then you could just say that each group gets a certain amount after that.
Okay. All right. We'll see what Hayden comes back with.
I think your little clue at the end there might have really helped me out.
I already sent my answer before that, so let's do it.
Hayden's got it. So it's 10th, and Dan, you're close, but second place gets 8 strokes, not 7.
I thought they made it a bit, yeah.
So the format is first place gets 10, second place gets 8, and then it goes 7, 6, 5 down to 5th. Then 6th place to 10th place gets 4 under, 11th to 15th 3, and then again the groupings of 4, 2 under, 1 under, and then 26th to 30th get even par.
Cool.
All right. So in 2013, there was a rule change that happened. No, that's too hard for you guys. I won't do that to you. All right. So Hayden's got 2. So if he gets this one right, Hayden wins. But we'll see what happens. So in the FedEx Cup, obviously you get points throughout the season, but those points are increased for the playoffs. How many points do you get for a playoff win in normal season versus how much do you get for the BMW Championship?
So winning just in any event.
Yeah.
I have
Sorry, I'll say winning a designated event because it is different for designated and non-designated.
I've got literally no idea.
See, Hayden high tees. You're both wrong. You're both wrong. Not even close. So I think Victor, you would have seen Victor skyrocketed once he won the BMW Championship. He got 2,000 points, 2,000 FedEx Cup points for winning that. Yeah. Whoa. So it's a big push in the playoffs. So at the moment, I think before this he had 2,024 points and was in top 15 or something. And then after winning Monday for us, he went up to 4,024 points, still basically 200 behind Scotty Scheffler, who's still in first. But it would have been a huge points difference if who was also battling at the end.
Yeah, well, he would have come first if Fitzpatrick sank apart.
Fitzpatrick, that's
Rory
it.
Or someone sank apart at the end. Yeah.
Yeah. Fitzpatrick could have done better.
Well, he would have been 200 points.
I'm a bit winging this trivia, so I actually don't have another question for you.
We can say best 2 out of 3. Hayden takes it.
Yeah, Hayden
Let's
takes
go.
this one. Hayden takes this one. So a couple little facts for you there.
How many points do they get for a designated win? Is it 500?
I think that sounds right. Yeah, 500-600, I think. Let me double check.
Okay.
FedEx Cup winning winners. 600. Oh wait.
Yeah,
550 FedEx. Yeah, sorry, 550 for FedEx Cup designated events, 600 for major championships.
okay.
So those are the two. And then 300 for non-designated events, I think.
Cool.
Okay, cool. All right, well, let's get into the BMW Championship. It was a great weekend again. Great golf. Conditions were excellent. It looks actually pretty hot in the US right now, which isn't my ideal golf. I mean, I think all of us prefer winter golf here in Queensland. It's actually quite amazing. But that aside, we didn't see any more swamp crotch. I think people picked their clothes appropriately. Shout out to Lucas Glover or his wife, whoever's dressing him. And look, I think it was great. The board was up and down. Some days you thought other people were making a run. It was good to see Scotty Scheffler. I know I'm a bit biased because he's in my FedEx Cup pool, but good to see him actually putting up scores again. The putter was actually doing a little bit of work, although not perfect. He did miss some.
Missing a lot of putts.
He still missed some, but he was making some long ones too, so I'll give him that. But overall, Victor Hovland played an absolutely outstanding round. I mean, this guy came in, and he's been playing solid all season. We've known it. We've spoken about it. He's been playing solid all season. But to watch him play that round, I think I compared it to Cam Smith's round at the Open last year. Like, just that back nine was unreal. Amazing to watch.
It was even better than that. Like, even like that 4 he got on the par 5, he actually chipped and like went over the hole on that one. So that could have been another 3, and he would have had 3s across the board for the whole back 9. Like, it was absolutely insane. And he didn't even look hard at all. Like, he just was super confident, and that's what happens when you play good golf, right? You just walk it up, hitting the shot. And we talk about that a lot, like going out and getting it. That was so good to see. He was just everything he was doing. He got 1 bogey in that round, but it was amazing. That back nine, and it's not an easy course. It's not an easy course by any means. So he's gone out and just had, I reckon I can't think of a better back 9 in the last 2 or 3 years of any player. Like, that was amazing.
I mean, there could be an argument for Cam Smith's. Maybe the Open major conditions could have been considered harder, and he still played very well. But it's too hard to compare. I won't get into that. I think too. In his interview, they were asking about his strategy, like what was his strategy on the back 9, how did he do that? And he was just saying, to be honest, like I just got up there and thought about the perfect shot at that moment. And because I was feeling well, I was just going for it. So I know a lot of people go out with core strategies and trying to implement their core strategy when they go out there. I mean, I try to do that sometimes. But he said this time not. He was just the feel at the time, what was working. He wasn't scrambling. So yeah, great to see. And he was just executing so well. And those last 2 holes, 17 and 18, which are supposed to be super hard, he just birdies those easily as well, puts it within like 5 feet. Like, amazing. Just absolutely great golf.
He came out and said basically that's the best game of golf he's ever played.
Yeah.
That was his words. It's like, but I brought up some of the stats quickly for him off the strokes gained off the tee, because he was hitting every single fairway. And when he didn't, he was still making birdies. But over the 4 days, he was 14.4 strokes gained off the tee, which is like astronomical. And interestingly enough, though, just behind him at 12.4 over 4 days, Scotty. But Scotty was 14 strokes gained tee to green, negative 1.8 over 4 days putting. So like Scotty's like, man, if he could just putt. When you compare Victor and Matt Fitzpatrick putting, they're 6 and 7 respectively, strokes gained putting. Scotty's negative 1.8. If he could get that anywhere near just 6 or 7, he wins this by 10 shots.
Yeah,
it's just the same story
bad.
with Scotty. It's crazy. And like, you know what? Thank God for golf that he can't putt, because he would win everything all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was stuffing his wedges really close too. So I was watching that thinking, okay, well, he only has short putts, but he was missing these short putts quite a lot too. Like I think even on the 18th, he missed a fairly short putt to
No,
then get a
17.
bogey.
I think 17. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he bogeyed 18 on the final day. So whatever. Yeah. But again, I mean, Victor had 2 shots on him anyway. But that was his putting is just so bad. He just I don't know what it is.
I was listening to a different podcast, and they mentioned they overheard him and his caddy talking, and the caddy's like, "Oh yeah, man, this should just be just aim for the edge." And Scotty's like, "What edge?"
The edge.
The edge of the green.
Like he didn't even Scotty couldn't even see whether it was the left edge or a right edge of the cup putt. Like, so that's where he's out with putting, which it's crazy.
And it's so common, like as much as golf is one game, putting is a completely different game. It's not the same technique. Like the club is completely different. It's what you have to do and understand is completely different. There's no like, hey, if I use this club, it'll go this distance. It's like you just have to feel that every time and know what to do and then hit it straight. So yeah, for it's a game within a game, and man, if Scotty could just get it going, he'd be unstoppable. He'd be probably compared to Tiger if he could do that consistently throughout the years. Because Tiger was an excellent putter, right? Excellent ball striker, excellent putter. Yeah. So anyway, we'll see what happens. I reckon that after this season will be a bit of an eye opener for him. I think definitely there'll be a focus in the off season on what he needs to do. So we'll see how that works out for him.
Another quick notable mention was Rory. He was down off the tee. He was down on strokes gained, approach, and down on putting, and he just was hanging around, but Rory just couldn't get any of them going, I feel.
Yeah, his driving was atrocious this week. Like he was hitting a par, but he was everywhere, all over the shop. And one stat I did hear about Rory, and again it'll carry over to this week, in his last 9 starts, he's been top 10. So if he gets top 10 this weekend, it's 10 out of 10 for top 10, right? That's crazy. He's playing so well, even though he's not playing that well, if that makes sense. Like his driving's all over the shop. His putt, he can't sink a putt. He's just getting some bad luck. Like he's just missing so many putts.
There's 125 guys, right, in with their cards, and for one guy to be consistently in the top 10 for that long is actually insane. Like, to be that good of a golfer, that consistent of a golfer, like Rory's playing super well. I get scared every day that he's going to win, and only because of I want him to win, but at the same time, like if we're looking at our FedEx Cup kind of competition we have going on, like I know Danny's got him, so I was like, love Rory, but I don't want Scotty to get more points at the moment. But yeah, I don't see any reason why he couldn't win this weekend. He's playing so consistently.
He does win, right?
Yeah, and Rory's a good putter too. Like he's been making amazingly long putts, right? He doesn't have those Scotty whiffles.
I'll throw it out here. I'll give you guys 3 guesses each, and I guarantee you can't pick who had the best putting stats this weekend. Don't look at the stats. Strokes gained putting. Give you 3 guesses each. I'll buy you a beer if you do. If you can pick him.
Brian Harman. Brian Harman.
Yeah, nope. Harman. Yeah.
Nope. That's 1 each. You both picked Harman. Losers.
Okay. Strokes gained putting.
Yep.
Is it someone that just didn't play well at all?
I don't know. Just
You said Brian Harman. You were gonna say Brian Harman. That was it. You said the same thing.
Yeah. No, he said 3. He said 3.
Oh yeah, 3. Sorry.
Yeah. It's not Cantlay.
Not Cantlay.
It's not the Gala. It's not.
Oh, was it Rose?
No.
Okay, I'm done.
Just didn't play that well. Strokes gained putting. Tommy Fleetwood.
No.
When in doubt.
Nick Taylor, was he in it?
The best putter this weekend was Cameron Young by a fair way.
Okay, I was going to say it definitely wasn't Max.
So he's horrendous tee to green. Approach. Horrendous. But fantastic putting. So
well, that's pretty typical, right? Though, because that means that he was missing the green a lot, so he was chipping a lot closer. So of course he's going to have less putts.
Yeah, but putting is. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a lot that goes into the strokes game.
Yeah.
It's not as simple as up and
Speaking of
downs.
terrible, well, good and bad putters, what about Max Homer on what he was winning by 3 or 4 strokes? Comes up to the 7th on day 3 and gets a triple bogey, and he
Yeah.
missed 2 very, very short putts, and then he just never came back. He just
Yeah.
stuck at 11 under. So he was 12 under at that point. I think he went to 9 under, and then he just stayed at 11
Yeah.
Yeah.
Homer's playing good though. It's good to see him playing well again.
until then, and then he just started. He had a couple more bogeys after that, and it was
Yeah.
all a bit
And
downhill.
another thing
think
I
he's
heard about Max Homer is he was taking a putt, and as he was putting, a guy in the crowd yelled out at him, screamed at him,
Yeah.
because the guy had money live betting that he'd missed the putt.
Yeah.
I can't remember where I read that, but
That was
That's
on that
crazy.
hole. That was on that hole.
was
Yeah,
it? That's crazy. So
I think he
obviously,
four-putt that hole.
and security obviously ejected the guy, but like that's different. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah, man. If you shouldn't be.
Well, they shouldn't be doing
should-
they shouldn't allow live betting.
Yeah, they shouldn't even be
that
doing that.
sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But let's also talk about the gala. So we spoke last week who would make top 30. I had the gala to make it, and man, that was sad to see. You know, the fact that he not only bogeyed that last hole, which just put him on the line, but then our favorite dude, Patrick Cantley, comes in, birdies the hole, and pushes him out of the top 30. Man, in his
Playing-
group, he was in his group. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Sahith
Poor
is a
guy,
bit of a
man.
journeyman. Sahith plays army golf, right? He's in the trees, he's in the rough, and he's just everywhere. So he probably, like, over those 4 days, I'm sure he could look back and think of plenty of reasons why he could have been in the
Yeah.
top 30. And he,
The last
Yeah,
hole, he bogeyed
it's
right?
just the way that he plays, man. Like,
Well,
trying to like
yeah.
duck hook around trees and just,
Yeah.
he's chaos.
It-
He's chaos.
It is true. Like, he didn't lose because of that last hole. He lost because of his entire 4 rounds, right? He didn't execute as well as he should have those 4 rounds. So yeah, that's fair.
He
But
won
at the same
stroke
time,
off, right? So it's
still
easy to-
heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Could have picked up those strokes on any other hole too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So next week we have the FedEx Cup. It is the last kind of not major, but last event of the season, kind of the end to the regular season, and then we go into the off season. I mean, unless you can't live, you've always watched more live
Yeah.
events. Well, some of us don't. But yeah, basically the end of the regular PGA season. There's only 30 golfers in the final event. Not surprising to see pretty much all the big names that you'd expect to see, which just goes to show that how amazing they are at golf. So on that, let's move to our picks for the week. I'll go to Danny Business.
Cool. Yeah, so quick recap of last week. It's just red across the board. None of us picked anything, which was a bit strange. Normally we get 1 or 2. But no, we had a rough week last week. Maybe we were trying to go for a bit of value, just didn't quite come off. So basically with the standings at the moment going into the final week, we've got Hayden Heighty still winning. He's at $30.80 in the positive. I'm coming in second at $49.60 in the negative. And Simon's going to need a big week this week at negative $118.05 if he wants the Pro V1s. So we're going to have to take a couple of risks to catch Mr. Heighty's this week. And we're going to do 4 bets. So we're going to do best score, not including handicap. We're going to do a multi of T5, T10, T20. We're going to do leader after day 1. And then we're going to do the closest to winning score. So the winning score, guess whoever's closest just gets a straight $30. And that's what we're going to do for this week. So we're going to go in order of first to last. So Hayden, if you want to kick us off, who have you got?
Yeah. So we're just confirming we're doing the best score, the 5, 10, 20. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to go the best score over the weekend, not including discounts.
Yep.
I'm going to go Brian Harmon.
Brian Harmon.
Yeah, he's suffocating, man. He'll be there. He's a beast. He's got his new tractor. He's ready to roll. I'm going to go the best score for the weekend.
The winning score.
Winning score is I'm going to go 28 under.
28 under. Okay.
Yeah. And what was the other market that you did?
Leader after day 1.
Down round 1 it's got to be Scotty. Like, I just don't see that changing. He's got 2 strokes to begin with. And I'm going to go 5, 10, 20. Okay, 5, Brian Harmon.
Right, huh?
10,
Okay.
10, Tom Kim. And 20, Cameron Young.
10 and 20, Cameron Young. Awesome. There you go. And a bit safe there, but that's what you got to do when you're leading from the front. So I'm going to go next. So my best score, not including handicap, I'm going to go with Xander. I reckon Xander's sort of just been not doing a lot, but he's there or thereabouts. I think he could have a really good weekend. Don't think he's going to win it, but he'll have the best score off the stick. I'm going to go, so for 5, 10, 20, I'm going to go in this order. I'm going to go Rahm, Fitz, and Spieth.
Playing
For
a
a
bit
5,
safe there.
10, 20. Well, Spieth's is basically back in the end of the 30, right? So he has to do quite a bit. And then my leader after day one, this is where I'm going to get a bit of value. I'm going to go Victor. I think Victor's going to get a couple of strokes on Scotty and take the lead off. He's only 2 strokes behind. I thought he was 3 strokes behind, but he's only 2. And winning score, I'm going negative 25. So pretty close to what you had. I had negative 25 as my score. I think that they're going to do slightly better than what happened last year. Shanky, what do you got?
Well, you had a lot of the stuff that I had, so I'm going to make some changes real quick. But I am going to stick to leader after round 1, Hovland. I think Hovland will pull ahead after round 1. I mean, he's only got 2. I mean, Scheffler's just got to lose 2 strokes, so I think he'll be up there. Winning best score off the stick, not including head starts. I'm gonna go Max Homa.
Okay.
I believe in the young man.
Why not?
And moving into that, my T5 will be Homa, my T10 will be Xander, and my T20 will be Tom Kim. Leader after round 1, I said Hovland, and winning score, I had minus 25, but you know what? I'll go minus 22.
Ooh, okay. Yep, nice. Well,
Minus,
last year I think the winning score was minus 22 last year, I think. So that was Rory coming from behind. So it was minus 21 last year. Sorry.
yeah.
So there you go. Awesome. All right, good bet. So in just to wrap it up, we've got Simon's going with Xander best score not including handicap. No, this is me. Sorry, Xander not including handicap. Rahm, Fitz, Spieth 5, 10, 20. Hovland leader after day 1 and negative 25. Shanky's got Homer best score and then 5, 10, 20. Homer, Xander, Tom Kim. Hovland after day 1 and minus 22. And High Teas has got Harmon best score not including handicap. 5, 10, 20. Harmon, Tom Kim, Cameron Young. Scotty the lead after day 1 and negative 28, which I think will happen if Scotty wins this event quite easily. Awesome.
Yep. Good picks.
All done, ready to go. Whoever takes home the money there will get the Pro V ones, a sleeve each from the other 2.
Lovely. All right, let's get into now our teams for the final event. Now, are we still doing the sub out? So you get a sub out if you want.
Yep, sub out.
Okay. All right, so we'll do it the same way, right? Which means that I go first. I think I'm still losing.
Yeah, we all drop someone if we want to drop someone first, and then we can pick up.
Just bringing it up and sharing it in a second.
And we're not including the negative 10 or anything, are we?
No.
Yeah. So we all drop. If we want to drop, we all drop, and then we can all pick up if we want to.
All right, I'm just having a quick look. PGA Tour Championship. I want to see what's available again.
You guys can obviously see that.
Yeah.
Is there anyone I want to drop? Is there anyone I want to drop? You know what? I do have someone I feel like I want to drop. But then I'm not confident in the pickup, which makes me think that maybe I shouldn't drop him. I think I'm going to drop. No, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep my team.
Keep your team.
Wow, yeah, that was hard. I'm gonna keep my team.
All right. I'm going to drop Big Tone.
I knew you would. I knew you would.
He's gone 4 over 2 events. He's just, he's there for the morale, but we need a win here. Watch him go 25 under this week.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, Big Tone's been dropping my team.
Cool. So you got Tony out. And who are you bringing in? Sorry.
Well, no, we're dropping first and then bring.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to drop Nick Taylor. A 10 overs.
Okay.
No offense, Nick, but see ya.
Yeah,
No,
that really stuffed you.
All right. Well, I'm not
All
picking up Nick Taylor, that's for sure. I'm going to pick up. I'm going to go with Fitzpatrick. Let's go. Matty Fitz.
Yeah, I can't believe.
Been out on the edge.
Yeah, I can't believe no one picked him up last week.
Yeah, he was.
Well,
good.
I mean, he was right on the edge of being cut last week. He was 40th going into.
I know.
I'm
just saying the value would have been amazing.
Yeah. I think we were too worried about losing a person out of the team. We've done a good job for none of us to lose anybody, to be honest.
Well, I mean, not really. Like the FedEx Cup, like for someone to really, for the top 15 guys, for someone not to make it at that point is pretty hard. We'd have to sub out someone just on the cusp.
Well, Spieth was close.
Spieth was close. I was thinking about subbing him, but I didn't.
Who are you picking up?
I'm picking up. We're gonna go. I'm gonna go. Is Sam Burns in your guys' teams?
No, he's free agent.
Where is he? He's quite far down. 26. Sam Burns.
Okay, Burnsy.
Sammy Burns. Let's do it.
So Taylor out, Burns in. Finau out, Fitz in. And Shanky opts to do nothing.
Yeah, I was debating either dropping Keegan Bradley or Spieth, and I was like, but Spieth has it in him to have like a really Spieth could win, like he still could. I mean, probably not with the stroke deficit, but he could come very close and get me a lot of strokes. Keegan Bradley, I'm worried about. KB, I know he's got it in him to play well, but in these kind of because he's so anxious and this is like the final event, I don't know if he's got it in him. But then I was looking at who the sub would be, and then I'm like, oh, I know Dan's gonna drop Finau. I don't want him to get KB either, right? I would
have taken KB if you dropped him. Yeah, I feel good about KB this week. I'd probably look at Morikawa from your team, but
no, Morikawa played all right. I don't mind Morikawa.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna fizzle out.
I mean, he played better than Bradley. Played better than Spieth. And anyway, all good. I'm happy with those. I'll stick to what I got. So the count currently, Hayden's still at minus 84 with a demanding lead. Just really destroyed us week one. Although he did have the worst week last week, but his week one was just outstanding. And me and Dan actually pretty even last week. I was minus 32, he was minus 33. So Dan beat me by one stroke. So Dan, the winner last week, that puts him at minus 63 and me at minus 58. So I think second place is still up for grabs. It's going to have to be a pretty bad week for Hayden for us to lose this, or for us to win this.
Look at Hayden's team. He's got Hovland, we're all pretty high on, but apart from that, he's got some blow up potential. You never know. Rahm's been pretty rough.
Yeah, I think I got pretty lucky with obviously can't lay at the St. Jude and then Hovland this week and
Fleetwood. The pickup on Fleetwood.
Hovland's 27 under for you. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's a weapon.
Hovland alone of 2 weeks would have beaten Simon's week one score.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's very true. All right, guys. Well, let's on that. I think we got our teams established. Let's move now to our final segment, Holin Out. And you know what? This week, I'll tell you what. I'll go second and let Danny Business go first.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm holding out. I've got a sort of a not so much of a positive one this week. I'm holding out on. I put it in the chat. So on the weekend, I had a 3-year-old birthday party to go to, taking my kid to a birthday party. I thought I'll quickly stop and get a coffee on the way, and it was one of those ones where me and another bloke were walking towards the coffee shop, both sort of there at the same time. And because we'll typically just let people go in front of me in that scenario, but he basically ran to the front door. He quickened his pace, got in front, then he proceeded to order 3 different flavored thick shakes and 4 different coffees, all with different milk and different makes, where I just wanted one flat white. And I'm like, that's a real dick move. He could have at least asked, just like, hey, mate, what do you order? If you're just ordering one coffee, just jump in front of me. Because then I had to wait for 3 different flavored thick shakes and 4 different coffees on base. I think it was maybe 3 different milks across the 4 coffees.
Mm.
So I just wanted to hold out on just not being conscious of other people around you and just being. I think that's really selfish. Obviously, he's doing the coffee run for the night before, whatever had happened. But if you're in front of a single person behind you, just ask the question. No need to be a dick about it.
Yeah. That kind of stuff I'm very conscious of. I'll always, I think there's a bit of karma involved. I'll always let old ladies go through and that kind of thing. So it's just a real dickhead move.
But if he just asks and said, "Hey mate, are you just what are you getting?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just gonna grab a flat white." 100% you get that person.
Sorry,
go.
is this your local, the one that I know that you go to?
No, this is it's on a Sunday. My local's not open, so I have to go to a different one.
Yeah.
And even the cafe staff probably should have recognized that and just made mine first.
Yeah.
But they didn't. So and it wasn't even it was like 3 different flavors of milkshake, so they couldn't even just make all 3 at once.
Yeah.
And it's like, mate, come on.
I reckon, I don't know, I can't remember if I brought it up in this or just separately, but I reckon we could write a book on line etiquette. I don't know if I told you the story, but when I was at Subway, an old mate was in the line in front of me, and then he just literally left the branch, and then came back into Subway and just scooted in front of me. He wasn't with anyone else, no one was holding his spot. He just scooted back in front of me, and I had to be like, "Are you all right? What are you doing?" And he's like, I was like, "Are you in line? You're not in line?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm in line." But I think he was like an Uber driver or something, and he was just like looking for the pickup, so he didn't want to wait in line, but didn't know what to do. But still, you don't do that, right? There's line etiquettes, things you do, things you can't do. Anyway, I agree. If you're getting a big order, there's one guy in front of you. Although he probably didn't know what you were going to order. You could have ordered the same
asked the
thing.
question, like if you're, and I was there by myself, so yeah, and the fact that he like ran to the door knowing he had a big order, like he definitely picked up the pace noticeably to get in front of me, which I was just like, okay, like that's weird, and then I made an audible like, ugh, when he ordered his drink, so he knew that I was disgusted.
I'll pay that. I've got a lot of time for that.
Did you do that? Did you do that? Like the little sucking on the lips.
Yeah, I just he ordered it and I was just like that.
Okay.
Audibly enough that he knew, and he still didn't say anything. So you know what? Fuck that guy.
Yes, not appreciated at all by Danny Business. All right, I'll go next. I'm holding out on. I'm gonna keep it at coffee shops actually. So last weekend, my partner decided she's gonna go up the coast to see her sisters and take our little one with her. I didn't go with them, and then they were meant to come back, but she said she was tired. I'm just gonna stay up here the night. So I had the night to myself, and it's a bit weird when you're used to spending kind of evenings with your family, and then all of a sudden no one's there. So I ended up getting through that. That was fine. Just kind of hung around, did some stuff, made some dinner, went to bed early on a Friday. So that was a bit weird. But what I'm holding out on a Saturday morning, I was like, okay, she's still not here. What do I do? So I went to the coffee shop, which is also Danny Business's local. I took my dog. I took my Kindle. I went there. I ordered a coffee, and I just read a book there in the morning and relaxed and just like enjoyed the view. It's a very actually peaceful spot, even though it's like kind of like in a weird traffic corner, but like for some reason it still seems very private. So I just went there, relaxed, drank my coffee, enjoyed my book until my coffee was done, got up and left, and I felt more relaxed than I have in a long, long time.
Simple stages, eh?
It is.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
We don't do enough of that as parents, and having partners. You don't get a lot of that. So I think the people who are still young and single without responsibilities, they might take advantage of that. But for us, I was telling you, I've done the same thing. That same coffee shop, walked down there with Johnny, sat down, had a coffee, and even with Tom, he has his hot chocolate over my coffee. You just sort of sit there and watch the traffic, watch the trains come past.
Yeah,
it's nice.
It is nice. I can't tell you the last Saturday morning where I've just been able to sit and not have to do anything. Yeah. Anyway, that's me. Simple, easy. Hayden Highties, what do you
got? Mine is a mutual friend of ours. I know that Watsy's a big golf pants guy, and a mutual friend of ours, we'll call him Danny the Rogue. Anyway, he has a certain pair of pants, and like I've always wanted to try them, and mainly because I want to try and be a bit more sun safe. This country is so unforgiving, the heat and the sun in Australia. So I got a tip off him what kind of pants he uses. They're very light and he recommends them highly. So I got a pair FedExed across from the States, which is good. Wore them out on a really hot day, and it was like I was wearing shorts. I just so highly rate these pants. And yeah, look, it just keep the sun off my legs, and like they had like mesh pockets to let like air through, and yeah, they're very good. So I'm excited. Probably going to buy another pair. So yeah,
You still
golf pants.
still get the old ankle tan with those pants if
I
it's
tell
the
you
band
one
that
thing
we're talking
though,
about.
played good with pants on, so I can see where Shanky does it.
Yeah. Those pants are good for skinny legs too, right? So
Absolutely.
there's you can tell with obviously Dan plays at our home course. Nudgy, you can see Dan from about 7 or 8 holes away just by his pants.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
You know, as soon as you see those pants, you're like, that's Dan right there.
Yeah, I don't know if and I like his style. I'll say it straight up. I like his style.
Oh, yeah.
He's almost like immaculate on the golf course. Dresses better than most players that are out there. But I will say I don't know if he dresses like that for the style or to be sun safe, because he also wears long sleeves most of the time as well, and really does cover up. So I'm wondering, is it sun safe, or is it just, the style he's going for, if he thinks that's a better look? But I agree. I think the pants are a go. I didn't wear pants the last time we played, Dan, but I wore pants the time before that. But I will say, as we are getting near the end of winter, I am feeling a bit more hot in them, which is unfortunate. And the ones I got actually recently are ones that are meant to you're meant to be able to play them in the summer. Like, they're super light fabric. They're like Uniqlo or something. So they're super light. They're meant to be worn for golf, sport, sweat, all that kind of stuff. So, but they were still getting hot. So, hey, maybe I'll hit you up for the pants that you got. Get a pair myself.
You can have a look at them on Friday morning. I'll wear them just for you.
Okay, well, let me know the size and the color and everything you got. I want them to be identical when we go out together.
Beautiful. We'll get them branded Holin None Podcast.
Love it. All right. Well, thanks, guys. That wraps it up. Another great podcast. And we will talk to you next week.
Catch you later.
See you guys.